Hello, Kim.
Hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. We're just waiting for Elly and then we will start, okay?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Elly. How are you guys?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Let me just check here previously what we wrote about the passage. We said, oh, just because we can enjoy it or because it's convenient doesn't mean we have to do it. Okay. So we have done a lot. I just want to, okay. Last time we stopped here. We did not get into much discussion about what we think about this, but we're going to do it now. So, Kim, can you please just read the supporting opinion for me again?
Driverless cars will make the world a better place. First, everybody can use the driverless car. Children can travel to school without their parents. Disabled people can travel alone quietly, easily. Second, driverless cars will be very safe. People make mistakes. This causes accidents. Driverless cars will be safer because computers can do things better than people.
Excellent. Just one thing, Kim. This word is quite. Quiet has the E next to the I. This is quiet. This is quite.
White.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Elly, can you please read the opposing opinion?
Driverless cars are not better than traditional cars. First, most people enjoy driving their cars. People love the freedom to go anywhere in their cars. They can control the speed of their car. People have driven cars for more than 100 years. Driving is part of our life. Second, the technology for driverless car is very expensive. Companies are still doing experiments to test the cars. Many of these experiments failed because the driverless cars do not work well.
Okay. Thank you. I noticed this I is very hard to see. So that word there is fail. It's not fall. But
Fail.
yes, now I want to look at this word driven. So normally,
Driven.
if we look at the word drive, this and in driving, the I makes an I sound, right? But when we write it into the past tense, and it becomes driven, the I makes an sound, not an I sound. So this is driven, this driving. Then this word is lives. Live has an F. This live. This is lives. Okay. Sorry. Remember that. Okay, so last time we talked about what the main ideas said for each argument. So the first one says, if we have cars that can drive themselves, it will change everything. The world will be a better place. Okay? The opposing opinion said driverless cars are not better. So they will say it won't change much, or at least nothing will change. But let's take a look at the reasons why. So, let's pick another color here. First, everybody can use a driverless car. Okay. Children can travel to school without their parents. Disabled people can travel alone quite easily. Second, driverless cars will be very safe. People make mistakes. This causes accidents. Driverless cars will be safer because computers can do things better than people. Okay, so now I don't think there's much issue with the first reasons. Like everybody can use them. Yes, you don't need to know how to drive to use a driverless car. And children can travel to school without their parents. Yes, you can just tell the car take the children to school, and then it does it. But my issue comes with this second reason, or these few sentences in the second reason why it will be better. Now, they say, or let's say the supporting opinion says, that people make mistakes. This is the problem. This is the problem why we need, oh, come on. This is why we need driverless cars, okay? Which is true. We do make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes are not safe at all. They can be, in fact, very deadly. And then they say this: driverless cars will be safer because computers can do things better. Notice they did not stick with their language. They did not say computers can do things safer. Now keep that in mind. Let's go to the next one. Driverless cars are not better than traditional cars. Let's see what they say. First, most people enjoy driving their cars. People love the freedom to go anywhere in their cars. They can control the speed of the car. People have driven cars for more than 100 years. Driving is part of our lives. Second, the technology for driverless cars is very expensive. Companies are still doing experiments to test the cars. Many of these experiments fail because the driverless cars do not work well. Okay, so another thing we have to keep in mind, the supporting opinion, especially this one, is looking, how can I say it, is not looking at what will happen if we have driverless cars now. They are looking at, let's say, at least 10 years into the future. Let's say in 10 years' time, if we have driverless cars, it will be nice. Okay, and we will look at that in a moment. But this one says right now. So one thing we can see clearly is the two arguments are, although they argue for the same topic, they don't have the same time frame in mind. And why is that significant? This one says, this one is half, it's kind of like daydreaming. Have you guys heard of this phrase before? Kim?
Yes.
Have you heard of the word or the phrase daydreaming? Do you know what this means?
Daydreaming. I don't know.
Okay, Ellie, do you know what it means?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what this is, or another, some people call it wishful thinking. These are all just um, phrases to describe some things we all do. Everybody does it. Um, is where we sit and imagine what that, or we think about. How can I explain it to you guys? Like, for example, let's say you have a big dream of starting a business, but you're still in school, and there are at times during the day when you find yourself dreaming about your business. You will dream how it will work, how successful you will be, um, what kind of things your business will do, how big it will be, all those good things and positive things you think about when about your dream or even your life. Some people will think like, okay, I've been daydreaming about having my own house with lots of friends over and not I'm not don't have to care about money. All those I would like to call. I also sometimes call it you're thinking about the ideal world, meaning you are thinking about how good it will be to have the things you want to have, and then you start dreaming about how it will play out in the future. Although it's not true, it's just it keeps you in a good mood, and sometimes people do it to cure their boredom, right? Um, and that's kind of what this supporting opinion does. It it paints this. Let me think. Let me just see if I use this word, it would be um, appropriate for this topic. Yes, it's what we call. Let me just clear some of these drawings or writings rather. It's not that it's wrong. We're not saying driverless cars are the wrong thing to do. It's just a utopian ideal. Now, a utopian or a utopia is actually related to a society that's flawless and perfect and everything is good. But if an idea is utopian, it means there's no problems with it. This is the kind of idea the argument suggests. Or another way to say it, it's very optimistic. But like I said earlier, there's one thing that bothers me is that they don't stick with their language. They say it's normal cars are unsafe because people make mistakes. But they don't tell us, and they don't say that driverless cars will be safer because, or they do say that, but their reason is very vague, meaning it lacks detail. There's not enough information for us to really make a decision because they can do things. What are things? What does this things mean? Do you guys see why I don't have a problem with the sentence. It's just the argument starts to get very confusing here. Do you guys see that, Kim?
Yes.
Okay, Eddie, do you see it as well? Ellie?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the big problem. Their answer is a bit vague. It's like saying eating cake is nice because it's good. What is it good for your health? Does it taste good? Does it smell good? Is it good for friendships? What does the good mean? We just cannot say because it's good. Or it's like saying I like reading um, novels because I find them interesting and exciting. But I would like to know, why do you think it's interesting and why do you think it's exciting? We need more than just it's interesting, it's exciting. Because for interesting for me might not be interesting for you. So we just cannot use those general or words that cover everything in general, like things. What things? Can the car fly better? Can it crash or make a car accident better? What do they mean by good things? We need more detail. But that's that. They just leave that one there now. Remember that. These things is the problem. Now, let's go look at the other opinion. Here they say, first, most people enjoy driving their cars. Now, Kim, why do you think people love the freedom to go anywhere in their cars?
Pardon?
Why do you think people love the freedom to go anywhere they want in their cars?
Because I think it's their favorite.
But why? If you let's say, for example, um, let's say there's a law in the country that says if you have a car, right? Let's say this is a law. If you break it, you go to jail. You can only use your car to go to work, school, or the hospital. Okay? Let's say these are the only things you're allowed to use your car for. Do you think people will still buy cars, Kim?
Yes, they do.
Yes, because some of these things are important, but they won't enjoy having their cars because cars are expensive and they spend all this money to buy a car just to go to the hospital, go to work, and go to school. It doesn't make sense to do that. You can take the bus to school, call an ambulance to go to the hospital, walk to work. Do you guys see? So I think the reason why people love to be able to choose where they want to go is that it makes having a car worthwhile. Okay, then they can control the speed of the car. Okay, yes, a computer can do that as well. People have driven cars for more than 100 years. Yes, cars are very, what's the word? Let's just say cars are a big part of everyday life. We depend on cars for deliveries. We depend on cars to go where we need to go in emergencies or if things are important. Driving is part of our life. Second, the technology for driverless cars is very expensive. Okay, now here we get to the argument. Actually, these are just, I don't say it's not important reasons, but they're more sentimental. This is how people feel about it. And usually, when you're arguing or debating, sentiment is not a good reason. Just because you like it, remember what we said at the beginning here? Just because I like it and it's convenient doesn't mean I have to do it. Remember that. And that's what sentimental refers to. People enjoy traveling around. They like it's convenient because they can go where they want. Just because you can do that doesn't mean you need it. Okay. Now, here they say the technology for driverless cars is expensive. Yes, it can be expensive, but normal cars, are also expensive. Companies are doing experiments to test the cars. Many of these experiments fail because the driverless cars do not work well. Okay. So this argument from here on. No, not there. Sorry. Here, from second to here. Hello. Okay. That's fine, Ellie. Mm, okay. So the second argument, Kim, this is where we actually get to the point. Um, they argue, remember, driver cars are not better. Why? Because many of these experiments fail and driverless cars do not work well. Okay, so they are arguing to their point. But the supporting opinion does not argue to their point. Do you see that? Kim? Kim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Do you see that? The first argument doesn't stick with their line of thought, what they're trying to prove, but the second one does. Although they use sentiment here in the first part, although they use sentiment in the first part, um, they still manage to tell us that it's not a good idea. Because why? It's not better than traditional cars? Because they still make mistakes. They fail. Okay, now let's get to the question. So Ellie said she has a stomachache. She's not going to participate. So Kim, it's just you and me now. Kim, why do you think? Can you think of a few reasons why traffic accidents happen? Why do people get into our car accidents?
Because people um
Do you think of anything that might cause an accident?
I think because people subjecting subjected in driving.
Because people are, say again, subjecting.
Yes,
What do you mean by subjecting?
like you don't care about something. I think suggesting like people don't care about something.
I think there's other word that would be better used. There it is. Yes. I think what you're trying to say, they are negligent. Because I will show you the difference now. People are negligent. Is it negligent? Yes. Negligent. People are negligent to the rules. For example, rules of to traffic rules. And their own safety. Is that what you mean? Yeah, let me try and explain to you what negligent. Like negligent is the word that means if you are negligent, it means you don't care. Okay. Another word for it is you're ignorant. Let me just make sure. It's ignorant. Wait, let me just write that a little bit neater. Being negligent means you don't care. The same does ignorant. And irresponsible. And careless. Are those the words you meant to use, Kim? Is this what you're trying to mean? People are careless, that's why there are accidents. Kim?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, okay, now, Kim, the word subjective has it's not a hard definition, but sometimes it's tricky to understand. Let me just write it with the other tool because I don't think I will have enough time in this quick section. Subjective. Subjective has a very, very different meaning than negligent or careless. Let me write those others as well. Careless is one. It means the same as negligent, ignorant, ignorant, careless, irresponsible, responsible. Oh yeah, these four. These words, and let me change the color to blue. The words in blue have a similar meaning to negligent, or that they essentially mean the same thing. People don't care. Okay. But subjective is very different. But I'm quickly going to close this and start a new one. Please join as soon as you guys can. Okay.